Welcome back, viewers and subscribers, to Red Button Journal. Today, we're going to go down to Rocky Point Beach. I'm not going to swim or anything, but we're going to go down there and see the way. We're going to, here, let me show you where I'm at first off. See right here? See where we're at? This is what you call, this is the Cheswick Square. This is the Cheswick Square right here. So, away we go. That's where we're going to start. And we'll just move the camera side. Hello. Side to side. Hello. So, anyway, people, what I was going to say is I'm trying some new settings on my camera today. So, we're going to test that out. See how that goes. And then we're going to take the back way here that I've walked before, but only part way have I walked this way. We're going to go down through what they call Donaldson's area, because some man named Donaldson used to own the land. Now, I apologize, I haven't been keeping a video out every day. Let me tell you about all my troubles. On Saturday, my database on YouTube got corrupted, and some of you may have watched the video that I put out, but if you notice, there was no thumbnail. Well, I had to wait for them to fix that, and they got it fixed sometime on Sunday, and then they let me go ahead and delete the old one and re-upload. And so I uploaded the same video again on Sunday. So if you're wondering what happened there, that's what happened. And so then, let's see, what else? Oh, yeah. So that was pretty stressful, you know, having trouble, and then it's hurt my viewership quite a bit. I'm trying to gain subscribers, views, and everything, and boy, it's a rough road right here. I just gotta go nice and slow, people. See it? Now, one thing I'm trying on my camera here is a new little trick. So let me try and see how it goes. How's that, people? How's that for a new view? My car needs washed. I do apologize, everybody. I apologize that my car needs washed big time. All right. Anyway, so what was I talking about? Oh, so then, you know, my voice has been going out on me. Y'all have heard that. And that video that I posted on Saturday that got corrupted, and then the one that I posted on Sunday, the same one, if you notice, my voice was going out on me. So anyway, so Madge and I went over to the doctor yesterday to get that tape so they could figure out what's going on, and they got me on an antibiotic. Apparently I'd got some sort of sinus infection or some sort of something, and so they put me on an antibiotic for the next 5 days starting today. I took 2 yesterday after I saw the doctor, and then starting this morning I'm taking 1 a day for the next 5 days. So hopefully it'll knock that stuff right out and my voice will be back to normal. It's still, I'm still not 100%, but here I am, people. Oh, I forgot to tell you, my co-pilot Madge is not with me today. I apologize. She got too much stuff to do at the house. She was going to make some June plum juice, but unfortunately we can't really film in our house very well, and so I couldn't really film that. Otherwise that'd have been an awesome video. But when we get a new kitchen someday, then we'll be able to do that. And we've got some wine we need to bottle. We can show you how we make wine. We make our own wine and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, so this is, before when I walked right here, and then that tree down there is where all those picnic were at. That wanted to know if I was rich. If you go back and watch that video, you would laugh. Yeah. And anyway, so here we go. It's a little bit rough through here, people. As you can clearly see, it's a bit rough, and I don't have my GPS on, so hopefully I just stay to the right. I'm pretty sure I must. Pretty sure I must. Hello. You see how that lady had that something on her head? You see that all the time in Jamaica. Now, you people from Jamaica, you're used to that. You didn't think a thing about it, but you people that are from foreign that haven't really been to Jamaica, that's really something that people, you know, people do here in Jamaica. They just carry things on their head. You know, if you're carrying a bag of cement on a construction site, you put it on your noggin, as I call it. My granddaughter gets a blast out of it when I call it my noggin. Anyway, so now we're going to join up with the main road here, the main Rocky Point Road. Now, if you look to the right, that goes to Hampton Court. And this way, the way the man's walking down the road, is the way we're going to Rocky Point. So that's where we're going to go, people. Hello, sir. Blessings. Oh, now what's going on here? Wow. Wow. Okay. Somebody getting ready to put a house here, maybe, huh? Hello. Wow. Okay. That's something new. I haven't been down this road for a long time, people. So y'all enjoy the ride. Oh, look at this. Oh boy. Somebody's gonna build a house right up in there. I tell you what, the construction boom in Jamaica is just something fierce. The way the construction's been taken off. So you can see there, one man's digging out some stuff, another man's, or woman, got a new road going up. I'm trying not to clear my throat, people, because I know it's annoying on the video. But one of these times I may just have to do it. But I'm trying not to. And hopefully that antibiotic will do its job for me. Well, it almost sounds like I can hear water rushing down there, but it was just the sound of the car tires against the road giving me that illusion. But you know, some people start a house and then it gets just left. They can't, for whatever reason, they don't have the money to keep going. Or they don't have the money yet. Somebody may come back later and finish that house. You don't know. So it's kind of sad. And you see it, and I told Madge, I said, Madge, I hate to start a house because I don't want to be just one of these people that starts a house and never finishes it. But that's what people do in Jamaica. You start and keep going and going and going till you can finally put your, hello. You keep going and going and going till you can finally get your, boy, there's a lot of bicycles on the road here. And you keep going until you can finally live in a room or so. And then after that, you just live in it and you don't have to pay rent or nothing anyplace else. And so you can go a little bit faster. And you just keep going, and eventually you have your house built. Now in foreign, they go to the bank and get a loan. And you can go to the National Housing Trust and get a loan. But most people don't do that. Most people in Jamaica, when they're done with their house, it's theirs. They don't owe the bank nothing. There's no credit involved. No Babylon Bank, as they say here in Jamaica. No Babylon Bank. I hope y'all are enjoying the chat, enjoying the drive. I know y'all miss Madge, and I miss her too. And I'm going to go out and, excuse me, we're going to go out and look at the waves coming in on Rocky Point. Try to get down there anyway, and I'll just keep chatting as we go and turning the camera and doing my new little trick that I can do. Woo, look at that new trick that I got going on there. That's cool, isn't it? I hope it worked. I think I had it set up right. I don't know what'll happen if I didn't. What I was going to say was I wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on in the comments a little bit. I was getting a little bit worked up over certain things. You know, somebody wanted to say I shouldn't use the word locals, and then people are correcting me on the way. In Jamaica they call a cacao tree not a coca tree like a lot of people were saying. It's a cacao tree, where you all think the word cocoa has O's, make them A's, and where it's got an A, make it an O, and you'll have the true name of the tree, the cacao tree. But in Jamaica and foreign, most people just call it a cocoa tree and a cocoa bean. In Jamaica they call it a chocolate tree. Now the way that works is they take that cacao bean and they heat it up by roasting it, and when they roast it they get two things. They get cocoa butter and cocoa. And cocoa, so it's not a cocoa tree, it's a cacao tree, but they get cocoa out of it. But they also get cocoa butter. And what chocolate is the cocoa butter and the chocolate powder. And the, excuse me, the cocoa powder and the cocoa butter combined makes chocolate. So actually, if you take the whole bean except for the skin of it, you'll get cocoa. And that's what, or you get chocolate. Man, I'm just misspeaking. See, it's hard to get it right. It's hard to get it right, people. That's all I gotta say. So anyway, so then what happens in Jamaica, they actually sell that very raw chocolate that comes from that process of roasting and cooking and getting the skin off or separated from the chocolate. And so what's left is the cocoa butter. Hello. What's left is the cocoa butter and the cocoa powder, but it's all together. So that's a little history of it. Now, chocolate also can be like when they add sugar or sweetener, or they add milk and all kinds of something, or milk solids to it and make chocolate milk, all kinds of things. So that's why people were thinking, oh, Jamaicans call it by the wrong name. Well, not really. Everybody calls it by the wrong name, people. And I'm not trying to cuss anybody, but I do get a little fired up when people start to say Jamaica calls things by the wrong name, because I don't know what's happened to me since I've been in Jamaica. I kind of stick up for us. I probably take it more personal than most Jamaicans. And I hope I don't run off any subscribers for that. I just want you to understand kind of how that all works. Now here's the next thing. And maybe I'll do a whole nother video on that. This is the mangrove we're getting ready to go through here, people. Just so you know. The other thing is, we went up to the lighthouse, as you all know. And when we were up at the lighthouse, the man there told us that was built in 1842. And I've had a lot of people come on and say, no, it was built in 1841. Okay, well, here's the deal. Let me explain this to you. Technically, everybody's right. And here's why. Boy, it smells sour in this mangrove. Boy, you can see the water just right there, people. Look at that. Look at that. See that? I wonder if there's any crocodiles in there. Woo-wee, woo-wee. But there'll be some crabs for sure, and it's on both sides. This little road that you go through the mangrove to get down to Rocky Point. So anyway, in the early part of 1841, the people decided that they needed to get a lighthouse out there. And somebody got the idea that they could do the cast iron in London and make sure everything was right, and then send it over and get it constructed out on that marshy lowland on Morat Point. Now in the video I called it Holland Bay. Morat Point is real close to Holland Bay. In fact, the bay that's over there is called Holland Bay. And I kept wanting to use point in the name, but it's actually Morat Point. So anyway, back to the story. So right by the end of the year, they had built this cast iron lighthouse. Engineering marvel, done in record time, and they had assembled it actually in London, England. And they tested it, made sure everything was okay, and then they disassembled it and packaged it up and put it on a ship along with these hello, blessings, along with these drewmen or whatever they were from the Ivory Coast and Liberia. Somebody mentioned that, and that is correct. And they brought it over here, and they couldn't just drop it off at Morant Point. So what they did is they dropped it off at Port Morant, and they had to build a road and everything to get it out there. And the road we took was the road they built, and you could see it's pretty boggy and swampy, and it's really quite a morass, as they say. Well, now see here, there's a lot of that sargassum has washed ashore here and just really mucked up the beach. So, but usually you can swim right here, people. So it's really a shame that you can't today. Really a shame you can't today. But you can see the water's not so rough here like it was over on Morant Point. Anyway, so once they had the road built and got all that out there and got it all constructed, and they had all the engineering specs just so, and they got it put up, and they were done by, I want to say, July 24th of 1842. I know it was in July, but I want to say it was the 24th. I don't have it written down right here in front of me. And actually, the man that kind of was part of it and part of the whole spearheading it, his last name was Grove. And you know, there's a town called Golden Grove that's the closest big town near the lighthouse, just kind of as a point of interest. See the fishing boats here at the ocean. It's kind of boring because I don't see a single fisherman, and the waves aren't crashing like they are over at Morant Point. But anyway, lo and behold, actually I think the lighthouse was supposed to arrive in Jamaica. I think it left England sometime in December of 41, and then it got to Jamaica in January, early January, maybe even the 1st or something of January of 42. They got it all put together and done and checked out, and they lit it. But it was finally lit continuously since like November or December of 1842. The lighthouse has been continuously lit, and the whole cost for the whole thing was like, I don't know, like, it was less than 10,000 pounds. It was like 6,000 and some odd pounds to do the whole thing. And most lighthouses like that would have taken like 5 years to construct, and it would have cost tens of thousands of pounds. And so this was an engineering marvel and really changed things. This was the very first cast iron lighthouse in the Western Hemisphere. So this was a pretty big deal that they did out here. It was an engineering marvel, and they even where I got a lot of my information is out of a engineering magazine that was published shortly after that time that told the whole story and even had all the specifications. Now, somebody told me there's 60 steps, which for 100 foot or 94, depending on which Wikipedia page you read, that's not very many steps. But what I'm wondering is if that's just the steps on the inside, and some of those steps are almost like ladders, especially as you get closer to the top. So I've never been inside, so I've seen a few videos of it, but I can't recall. So if anybody knows that history, feel free to post that information. I would love to know it. But anyway, so everybody's right. Everybody's right on the year. It was built in 1841, but it wasn't finished in Jamaica because they had to disassemble, bring it over here, reassemble it. And when you think about that in that road I was on, I mean, that is something, people. That's a big deal. I wonder if this lime water hurts me more than it helps me. What, people, I'm still having a little bit of trouble with my throat, and I don't know, maybe antibiotic just isn't fully working yet. I just drank some lime water, and I begin to wonder if that hurts more than it helps, but I just drank some. I took a little break there from the video, as you all saw. And when I came back, it all looked good. So here we go. No fishermen. You know, they're out fishing. They're not sitting up in here. Boy, look at the bikes. Look at the bikes over here. Fishermen ride their bikes out here. I've had a little something to eat in this place. Hello. Before. I forget what it was, but it was pretty good, actually. I think they use those sticks to... Oh, yeah, they sure do. They use those sticks to build some of these... I don't know if these are crab tracks, crab or lobster. They must be lobster traps or whatever. See how they put those sticks on there and they build that trap. See that? Well, it'd be nice. Now, someday, Wayne, if you've watched my videos much, you know who Wayne is. Wayne wants me to carry him down here, and so he can do a video down here with him and all his people he used to fish with, because you know he was a diver, fisherman, and he really liked to do that sometime, and so he wants to do that. So we'll do that one day, but we're probably, it's going to be next month sometime, because right now, oh, there's one of those, there's one of those black egrets. See him down in there, people? I don't know if you can see him. He's kind of black colored. Every once in a while you see a black one. You see a long neck black one. That's really rare, but we've seen them. So anyway, if you've watched that, you know the story about Wayne, and you know what happened to him and the tragedy, the diving tragedy that he had. And so it would really be nice if we could do that for Wayne. So, well, I'm about talked out, people. I don't know whether I need to go slow here or not. Let you all see this. We kind of whizzed through Rocky Point, the town, and went down to Rocky Point Beach. And we didn't even go over by where the Rocky Point is. So, I know this is boring without Madge, and all I'm doing is cussing everybody, and I was gonna talk. I had some other things I wanted to say, but I'll probably piss too many people off, and that's not my intention here today, is to make anybody mad. I just wanted to explain to you that why people in Jamaica, most of them call a cacao tree and a cacao bean, why they call it chocolate. And I wanted to explain why the man out at the lighthouse, in his paperwork, it shows that lighthouse has been there since 1842, because that's how long it's been there. It was built in 1841, but it was built in England. And so I just wanted to clear up the history of it. Oh, this is going to be cool. Here's what I got to do, people. I got to go real slow so I don't get my lens all wet, though. I got to test out this new setting on my camera, you know. I hope it works. I hope the quality's there, because, and it didn't overheat while I was sitting there at the beach either. I was kind of nervous it might overheat on me. And that would have been a bad deal if it would have overheated, because it would have stopped straight away. And that didn't happen, so that's a good thing. So anyway, hopefully the quality's there, and I'll start using this new setting because it gives me more options on things. Like, for example, I could put it out over the middle of the car when I'm going on trees instead of pulling it down. See, if I come over next to this breadfruit tree here, I can go like this and pull it down. There we go. Hello, gentlemen. Big up. All right. Blessings. All right, we'll show it. Now we're in Rocky Point. This is Rocky Point. And I used to drive to Rocky Point the back way. But it's all bushed up so bad we can't do it anymore. In fact, we even had like a kind of a, I don't know, where you have to kind of ford a little creek or something, I guess you'd say. And I don't know how we can go through there anymore, but we kept that road up pretty good for a while, and we kept it pushed down. You had to kind of go through where the cows were grazing. If you look at some of my older videos, you'll see us driving on that road, and but we haven't taken it in quite some time. I'm not sure. See, there's some pretty scenery here. It's a nice little town. I should be going slower for you people. Should be going much slower so everybody can see what's going on. Hello. Yeah. It's a very cute little town. Very quiet and nice. Hey, what goes on? Boy, that's a nice house. Oh, that's going to be a nice house. It's got a big old garage. Yeah, look at that. Well, I wouldn't have minded building down here. And we sure could have. Okay, we'll check out some of these places. There's one place along in here, a lot of times they got some music going real loud. You can't hardly hear the motor in your car going anymore. And boy, they got a nice sign here. I'll be honest with you. That's a nice looking sign. Somebody's kept that painted up nice. Yeah, they've really kept that painted up nice. Good for them. Good for them. Boy, it almost sounded like I heard thunder. That's weird. I don't know what I was hearing, people. Can't imagine it was thunder, but all right, we're gonna. Woo! Man, no cycle, man. But you know, they're fishermen too. They go down and fish. Sounded like he needed a little work on that. It kind of, from the smell of the exhaust, it kind of seems like maybe he does too. So, I had a little trouble accelerating out around me because I'm not going very fast at all. But anyway. Yeah, you see a lot of bikemen, you know. And if you look at these roads, you can see why, you know, a motorcycle is a good way to get around. And cheap, because you don't have to be buying gas, and gas is not cheap over here in Jamaica, let me tell you that for sure. I figured it out one day, and it was like $7 a gallon. Yeah, I got it, because they sell it by the liter, you know, and then so you got to convert the liters to gallons, and then you got to convert the Jamaican dollars to American dollars to come up with the American price per gallon, and it's like $7 or more, so it's not cheap. And boy, we feel it when we travel a lot. You know, we do all these videos and driving around, and we notice it. So, you know, but we love what we do, and it's, you know, for us, it's kind of like they say in foreign, at least they say in America. It's like taking a Sunday afternoon drive. Look at the bamboo. Look at the bamboo, people. Yeah, it's like taking a Sunday afternoon drive for us when we go to these places. Now, I know they look a little precarious, and we were concerned about the roads in Jamaica because there's some rough ones. And so when we were deciding to get a vehicle, my son-in-law had mentioned to me, or my stepson, I should say, not my son-in-law. So he'd found a car that he thought we might like, and we looked at quite a few cars, but that was the very first one we looked at. In the end, that's what we decided we liked. He had owned a Subaru at one time, and he really liked it, and so he recommended this Subaru, and we've been real happy with it. You don't really buy new cars in Jamaica unless you got a lot to spend, and we didn't have a lot to spend, so we had to get what we could get. So it's not a brand new car or anything. But the lady who had bought it had gotten it she brought it in from England, is where it was imported from. Most of the cars around here are imported from Japan. In Japan, they don't have old cars, and the people in Japan, you know how they're very clean and tidy. Well, they keep their cars up real nice in Japan, and so we get those here, and they're just like a brand new car, but they're not new. They got some time on them. Hello. So anyway, so most of the cars are going to be Toyota. That's the main brand you'll see. And then you'll see a few Nissans. But what you'll see too, you'll see some people import Hondas and Jeeps and Land Rovers and all kinds of stuff. And you'll see some BMWs too. So you kind of see everything, but man, on these roads you'll see these Pro Box or these ads or whatever they're called, the different, there's certain ones, and you do see a few Suzukis nowadays too. So, Hampton Court Basic School. I don't know why I didn't know that was there. We're coming in a different way than what we went out, people, just so you know. And this is the hardware store where if we need to run to town to buy a little plumbing supply or something. And see how everything's painted. I've always talked about the painting. Everything's painted by hand, see? They didn't stick something on there. Somebody hand painted that. But anyway, that's where we go and we buy, you know, if we need a couple pieces of steel or this or that. And that house there is really going up. They're building much faster than us, and that's a big house. Woo, that's a big one. Very big one. All right, now so y'all know where we're at. You've seen this before. Here, let me pull this in and look at myself, make sure we're doing okay. Yep, we're doing just fine. Hello. Okay, I've taken this road many a times, people, and this hole right here is still here, and I'm going to just put that right down in there. I don't know which way it's going to show. But she still didn't fix it, you know. No, but at least she put a sign down here for Chiswick. But, you know, here's the thing. What good's a sign for Chiswick? Take the sign down and plug up the hole. Everybody in Chiswick would rather have the hole filled than have a sign. You understand? Yeah. All right. Bless up. Yeah. All right. I might just leave that in there because that needs to get fixed. I don't know who's actually responsible, but I sure wish they'd do something about it. wrap this up here in a minute. Show you some of the new stuff going on here. Yeah, I've walked down this road before. I even walk. Oh, but this place is open up now. I think they finally opened up. Did you finally open up? Are you opened up? Open now. Yeah. Oh, video okay? Yeah. Blessings. Okay. Okay, that was Dede. You know, all know who Dede is? Dede is top class bros, and actually his mommy runs the shop there, right where I started the video at the Cheswick Square. I might have said Hampton Court. I hope I didn't. I'm always saying the wrong stuff. Oh, people. Sometimes my mind doesn't work the way it's supposed to. So anyway, I've had, like I said, I've had a rough last few days, and I really wanted to come out and just talk to everybody and get everything off my chest, and hopefully I don't make anybody feel bad or be upset at me or anything. It's not like that at all. It's just more about me wanting everybody to understand that this is a channel about Jamaica, and sometimes our facts may not be straight, and what we call things, they may be wrong. They may well be wrong. But sometimes they're more right because of the way the history of things go. So boy, this road's a rough one. This road's a rough one. All right, people. If you've seen all this before and you're bored and you switch to another channel, I'm sorry for that. But if you just like hearing me kind of chat and just see the people in Jamaica, hello, then you're all going to just love this. There's Junie. Yeah, that's where Dede's mom, the top class bros. And there's Leroy. Leroy's going to be in my video today. Oh, you know, people, I forgot to mention one other thing that I did. You know, I said I was doing these new settings. Well, part of the new setting is it's going to be a little bit more narrow angle of view. So if you notice that the camera looks closer to me, it's not a bit closer. It's just a narrower angle. And so when I do my house tours for you guys, you'll be able to see things a little bit better, hopefully. Yeah, you'll be able to see things a little bit better. So, anyway, people, I got my hand clear out the window, so I'm not filling up the screen so bad. So anyway, big up yourself, bless up yourself. Be sure and like, share, comment, and subscribe for the latest from Red Button Journal. Later.